right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
We're back.
We're here. We never left.
It is Chace's week.
Yeah, we've actually been banking these episodes. We haven't left.
Yeah, this is the 40th episode in a row that we filmed. Not in order. Yeah, we're going to release footage.
Can we restart? Because you said film instead of recorded.
No.
Oh, that's it. I got to hit restart. All right,
we're going to release the footage down
Stop
the line.
it. All right, no, Chase, what do you choose?
I chose a little gem. It came out in 2000,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a foreign film called Battle Royale.
Oh, so why did you choose this movie, Chase?
I chose it, well, like I was talking to you earlier. Lately, when I've been thinking of coming up with a movie for it, I don't want to come up with an obvious one that will definitely get two of us agreeing with it, or most likely all three.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like it's like, what's the point? So I know I hadn't seen it. I'm sure that you hadn't seen it, and then there was a slight chance maybe Tom had came across it on the deep depths of Reddit.
No.
But I've heard of it like referenced a lot, especially like with the PUBG, because like with that game, I heard him saying that he had seen this and it was based off of it. And Hunger Games, I remember in the past hearing about this like Japanese like Battle Royale. It was definitely on Netflix at one point, because I remember going over it and then like it had a good review, and then hearing about it, but I just was like, no, I don't know. I was kind of turned off as a foreign film.
I mean, it's definitely an original movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely very Japanese.
Yeah.
Very Japanese.
Oh, yeah. Very.
And it's definitely, I mean, it is kind of relevant.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, the genre of video games it inspired is, very relevant.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and a lot. I mean, when I look back, think about it too, which is kind of interesting, the guy, Brian Greene, who came up with PUBG, the first creator, has said that he was heavily influenced by it, but they had the crossbow. That was the first kill, and like that's in PUBG, almost as a gimmick.
Yeah.
They had that scythe or whatever you want to call it, basically the one with the handle, and that's a melee weapon you can get in PUBG.
Yeah.
So like there was little like posts to it. Obviously the danger zone where they had like
and the pot lid kind of reminded me of like, the frying pan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm surprised they don't have an axe, like a hand axe, as a melee weapon.
Yeah, it's
in
true.
there.
Like a hatchet or something.
Yeah, something in there. But yeah, so it was that, and then just Battle Royale. I mean, think about Fortnite. Fortnite was like it had that other mode, which was the original game, where like you build and had to go against waves.
Yep.
And then they even named it like Battle Royale. So it's like,
oh yeah.
It has had. I'm interested to see when Hunger Games was written. If it was after this.
Well, I can look it up.
Yeah,
sir.
The books.
Yeah, it kind of has that Lord of the Flies feel.
Yeah.
And then there was that movie Condemned. I mean, that was after this, but
yeah.
I know it had like this stereotypical, well, depending on what movies, but with the thing around the neck, like will explode.
Yeah.
If you misbehave.
Hunger Games came out in 2008.
The movie?
The original book. No, the original book came
out
in 2008.
So this was definite. Well, you never know, but I feel like
based directly on
Directly. This is
direct.
Yeah, this is a direct prequel.
The interesting thing is not only is this like it's like a battle royale if it was like a game show, but this is about like the world's kind of coming to shit, or Japan is, and they do this as a way of what's happened. Which in Hunger Games it was kind of the same thing. There was a revolt and it crumbled, and as a way to keep everyone in line.
Yeah. Yeah, but this movie's based, I think, in obviously reality. Hunger Games is based in some fucking fake.
True.
It's a fake country and a fake society.
Yeah, it's not real.
This is supposed to be like real Japan.
Current Japan.
Yeah, and they're facing. The beginning starts with like it's facing complete like economic collapse at like 15% of adults are unemployed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
800,000 students are now juveniles and they don't go to class.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then like, I don't understand why the kids who go, like I said, the kids who go to school,
are the ones
that get punished.
Yeah,
like why aren't they scooping up juvie kids?
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is
punks.
And of course, we had to look it up afterwards. But the one thing I read was like their teacher was one who nominated their class.
Yeah.
So one thing I can think
of
is
butthurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a program where the government run program, and then whoever wants to like raise their hand for their class?
Yeah, it's like you nominate these kids, and then he gets to be like the fucking person in control.
Yeah, so that was weird.
He's like sitting there eating cookies. He's fucking got his feet up.
What to do?
Yeah. He was like yelling at him.
And you don't understand how this guy, this ex-teacher, got into so much power.
Or how much time went by.
Yeah.
How is it that the same students that tormented him are still the students in school?
Yeah. So like, not much time's gone by. He like went to the government and was like, "I want to nominate my class."
Yeah.
They cut my leg.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's obviously not.
But it's like I feel like shit like that was lost in translation because a lot of the we watched a dub version. And I feel like a lot of it was like very simple dialogue.
Yeah, the dubbing was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what we're hearing is just like, "Oh, she was the cutest."
Yeah.
And it's just like, I doubt that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know, like one kid was probably like, "Oh, I had a crush on you since I was blah blah blah," and it's like, and the one we watched, it's like, "You're really cool."
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Now I'm sure with that, and then just like, I mean, not body language, but yeah, like. If it was subtitles or if it was more accurate, obviously, if we spoke and understood Japanese, it'd be totally different.
I wish we could have watched the subtitle version.
Yeah,
like that's definitely the version Quentin Tarantino watched in 2009 when he said it was one of the best movies he's seen in the last 2 decades. He did not watch this version.
No.
There's no way.
The stupid thing too was how this was the free one, and the one that you had to pay for to rent was the authentic one.
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah,
like we get this shitty watered down American version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they did that, wouldn't they just read the subtitles to act it out? Why would they change it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, depending on like how they... Yeah, like if it would be word for word, if it was subtitles versus like that.
They'd like, no, dub. Yeah. I don't agree. I think it needs to be shorter. Why would they change it? Why would they even do that?
I don't know.
I feel like with
I wonder if the original subtitles are bad too.
I bet the original I'm like really curious. I feel like I wonder if the original subtitles are more accurate, where they're more simple.
And with the
voice acting, they had to be like, I don't know,
because I'm not really.
Or maybe the subtitles were just like didn't make sense.
Yeah,
so they tried to make it make more sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously we don't watch many subtitle movies. We don't know the difference.
Like, usually, like from a language to English, it's slightly broken. It doesn't quite make sense. There's words that we don't have words for. And especially when it's like that kind of, Japanese.
Oh, yeah, I know.
There's like words that they have that mean like for emotions that we don't really
it doesn't register for us.
Yeah,
and their language is like symbols and stuff. Like they say like 3 things, and then ours is like fucking 2 sentences of dialogue.
Yeah, right. And I feel like maybe they were just trying to simplify it to make it make more sense, but then in turn they did the opposite.
Oh my god, did I really just...
Oh.
I think I just found this entire movie on YouTube with the subtitles, full movie.
Really?
Yeah. I just started it.
Oh, jeez.
Fast forward. I want to hear some shit.
Yeah, give us a little sample. Get us demonetized. See if you can find the scene where that girl's dying. I was like halfway through the movie.
Oh,
where the girl's dying and she's like, "I think you're really cool."
Oh,
and he's like, "You're the coolest girl in the world." And then she dies. The movie had me in the beginning, but then I started getting checked out.
Yeah, like I like the beginning. I like when the kid's dad dies. I'm like, oh, okay.
There's certain parts like we were just laughing at how goofy some shit was, and then like an hour and a half in, I was like, oh.
It's a long movie.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Of being confused.
Yeah. How is it, Chace? Is it better? What's the dialogue like?
Yeah, it's total difference.
Is it different?
It's a total difference.
Oh, damn you.
Well, I don't know about the word for word, but...
Is the acting better?
No, that's actually exactly... You bitch murderer. Why not kill? Everyone has their issues.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It probably is word for word.
Oh, so it is the things that we heard.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty damn close to it.
But, like, even just watching
that... I feel like watching them express their own language.
Yeah, like that one scene early on where the kid was literally screaming off the cliff at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
And then the guy doing the sub-dubs was literally like...
Oh,
God, no.
There was such a difference between hearing, even though I can't understand the language, hearing their tone of voice and their emotion, and then reading the subtitles.
Yeah, it does add more to it, just hearing them scream.
Yeah.
And I bet the subtitles, it was from what we saw word to word, and they could probably have some that sounded a little bit off, but since it's like maybe you're listening to their voice and you know it's translating, it doesn't sound...
There's only one thing to do.
We got to rewatch it.
All right, guys, we're back.
Japanese.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. And we're back.
Yeah, because the kid.
We're back, and it's the same.
The voice, the voice actor who did Shuya, the main kid.
Yeah.
The 12-year-old boy.
That actor should be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah,
by his performance.
Yeah, it was bad.
That voice actor. Oh my god, the whole movie was bugging me.
I'm sure there's probably all the many millions of people listening to this. People who are like die hard this movie were like, oh my god, they listen to the dubbed version. Yeah, they listen to the fucking dubbed version.
Definitely a new move.
Way to be American.
Yeah, we definitely blew it.
I didn't think anything of it. I mean, like we did say, like halfway through it was like,
but it's like, are we gonna pay to watch it for the first time?
Yeah.
When we didn't know, first of all.
Yeah.
And it was right there on Prime.
Right.
It's not our fault that Amazon doesn't put the better version on
I know.
Fuck.
Jesus.
All right, so we talk about the basis of the movie.
Yep.
All right, so kids get taken.
Yeah.
The unruly kids in Japan.
Japan's suffering economic
to control their unruly
collapse.
Youth.
Yeah.
They take these kids, put them on an island.
Mm-hmm.
Very PUBG-like.
Oh, yeah.
They start them off with fucking, they each get supplies.
They each get one bag.
Yeah,
each bag has one
Well, they
weapon.
get 2 bags.
Oh, the supply bag and a weapon bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're sent off, and then there's 43 kids, right? Or was it 43 total?
It's 43, and then...
2 extra, or was it 43 total?
It was after like the one person died when he threw the knife in that chick's head. It said like 41 remaining.
He blew up that other kid's necklace.
So it's 43 total, I think.
Yeah, because I think the kid that he wheeled in was, that was an older person. When he threw the knife,
that guy was older, right?
Yeah, when he threw the
wasn't
knife,
the Harry Potter kid.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
He looked older.
Because he said he was like
man on this.
What did he say? He was something about adult, like basically a waste of life as an adult or something, or like a sad excuse.
So what happened to the Harry Potter kid?
Probably one of the kids who fucking hung himself. Or fucking
he
jumped
had such a memorable face, and then we never saw him again.
Yeah.
But yes, there was a lot of kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids, and there's also 2 extras.
Oh yeah,
that weren't part of their class.
Yeah,
there's the fucking.
They're like badass anime kids.
The badass. Yeah, like one of them is just like kind of like a jack kid, and then the other one's like a fucking like punk. He's wearing like a long trench coat looking, not trench coat, but like
he looks
a
like
nice
David Bowie.
Yeah, he's like a David Bowie, Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
like
Japanese knockoff.
Yeah, Japanese Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
if we're talking about
he even shot the gun
16-year-old
like
kid.
Jack Sparrow would too, all fucking nimbly bimbly.
And then you find out the fucking Johnny Depp looking kid is a maniac.
Yeah.
He starts stealing everybody's goods.
He gets hands on.
He gets his Mac 11 or whatever you want.
Yeah.
The little SMG, and he fucking
wreaks
havoc.
Yeah.
He fires
reloads once, I think, in the movie.
He fires off probably 500 bullets.
Oh
it's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
It doesn't use 2 hands.
No, never. That'd be too easy.
Fucking it's crazy.
He just wants to see him. It was funny too because there was that not really a twist, but you figured he was out to lunch. He was a weirdo, but then the guy with the bandana, you thought that he was going to be ruthless, but then he was,
the more jack kid ends up being good.
Right.
He only kills people in self-defense.
Yeah.
Against the kid with the gun. That's it. And you think he's going to be bad, but he's good. So he helps the main character and the main character's, I guess, love interest, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so then throughout the movie, kids are dying, kids are killing each other. A lot of the girls were going buck wild. Oh,
yeah.
You notice that? Like most of the most deadly characters in the movie, besides the Johnny Depp kid, were girls.
Yeah, they were.
It's true. Yeah, that one chick with the scythe.
Yeah, she
murdering psycho.
kills that first girl with the scythe, then gets a gun, and then is like a Grim Reaper. He comes out of nowhere multiple times and
just
gets the final kill.
Yeah.
And then there's that poisoning scene.
That was a really good scene.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
I bet that scene and listening to it and reading the subtitles was probably like way more intense.
Shuya, your spaghetti is almost ready.
Yeah, almost
spaghetti. It's ramen.
Yeah, it's like ramen with the clams and shit in it.
Yeah.
Your spaghetti is almost ready.
When she said that, I was like, oh wow, they're gonna have spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell? I was picturing like red sauce.
Yeah.
It's fucking soup.
Yeah, with noodles.
Full-blown clams in there.
Yeah. Mushrooms.
Yeah, so then that young girl has poison that she must have got from her bag, right? Is that where she got it?
Yeah.
And she poisons the soup. She's gonna poison the main kid, Shuya. And she fucking one of the girls is like, "Oh, so spaghetti's ready." Grabs it from her,
eats it right away.
Then fucking starts coughing up blood, spurts it out, and then all of a sudden they fucking start freaking out.
Breaks out in disarray, and they're trying to figure out who's the one who poisoned.
And one
her.
of them has a little SMG.
Another yes.
There's 3 guns in that room.
Yeah, there's a fucking SMG. Then there's like
a pistol, and then like a revolver.
Yeah. And they all start going buck wild on each other.
Yeah. Mexican standoff.
Taking bullets. Like that's why one of the things I like about this movie is like it was very RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? Like where people were taking 10, 20 bullets.
It wasn't
and they still have one last word in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like even John Wick where it's like a couple rounds, but it's like surgical.
Oh,
like
John Wick,
done.
Like he kills people with one bullet.
Yeah.
You know, boom, 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 boom. In this movie,
like
it's like
real life. Like real life.
Yeah.
This movie's not realistic.
No.
This movie is like it takes 3 minutes to die.
Yeah.
And you can take any amount of damage in that 3 minutes, but you have that entire 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's no instant real death.
You could take one bullet,
Yeah.
you could take a slice,
and
you'll die in 3 minutes. But you could take 50 bullets and still have 3 minutes
I know.
to
The part of the movie
out.
that really I started to felt confused and like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Because
flashbacks?
Not necessarily the flashbacks. I was like, okay, there's some character building going on here. There's definitely some lost in translation shit going on. But when the girl's running in her yellow jumpsuit,
that was
kid on the bike.
That is where I
that
was
scene,
lost.
I was like, what is going on?
I
here?
think they tried to. Was that trying to be clever filming? Like
filmmaking? Like what? With
they
like a
spliced
mixture of a flashback
and with reality. I think that's what they tried.
I think
to
that's
do.
what it was. That's what I was thinking
too.
Yeah.
Because like, because they had the weird like the stopwatches, the kid on the bike, and he was like training with her.
Yeah.
And then when the kid on the bike all of a sudden just disappeared, like out of nowhere, and just like you didn't even see him bike away, and then she went up those stairs to that house.
And then he appears again.
Yeah, and then like you see her neck thing, and then so all of a sudden she had it on, and then it was like I think that was almost a cue as to like now, but she had the jumps. It was weird. That's where it threw me off too.
Some parts of the movie when people they all had their school clothing on.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, like randomly throughout the movie, all of a sudden people started having normal clothes on.
Yeah.
Like girls were just having. It's like what?
Yeah,
where are
true.
these finding these clothes?
Yeah.
Maybe in the supply.
How
bag?
did she get her yellow jumpsuit when
she wasn't wearing it earlier?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird.
Maybe it was in her supply bag.
I guess it was pretty clever filmmaking. I guess like a mixture of a flashback and then all of a sudden it turns. And it's
But
not.
it's weird because usually when movies do that, they do it multiple times in one film, and then you catch on and you're like, oh,
Yeah, because
This
the other
is like
flashbacks were like real flashbacks.
just normal.
Yeah.
Like hard cuts. But this one they just did it once, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
no, that was, now that I think of it, that was the first like weird quirky thing that it was like, wait, then it was like kind of not really distract me, but I guess it made me like kind of figure out what's
clever.
going on.
I just felt like it was out of place.
When it came time to end the movie, it started falling apart. A little.
Yeah.
This movie was literally 25 minutes too long, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Should have been 90 minutes,
Yeah.
which is what we say about most movies.
Yeah.
But this movie, 100. It's such a simple concept.
Yeah.
Did not need to be 2 hours long.
Yeah, no.
All right, so then people keep dying. Kids are killing themselves,
Mhm.
jumping off cliffs, getting shot.
Suicide.
Romantic. Then there's hackers.
The hackers.
A group of 3 kids who are hacking it somehow with a laptop. Where did they get all this shit?
I don't know. Was the laptop his weapon?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, where did they find all this shit?
Like a lot of that
Where'd they
stuff,
get an internet connection?
it seems like they found it.
Yeah.
Well, that was also like the old school. I guess that was an old school. I didn't realize it until later when they blew up the thing.
So an island just happens to have fucking like direct connection to their network.
Yeah, that's the weird.
I don't
thing.
get it.
I don't know.
They found a generator that was working.
Hackers,
Yeah.
man. Hackers, they just hack.
Yeah.
You just hack.
Hack it up, and they made bombs and Molotovs and filled it into the fucking truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they filled it into the truck to make it seem like they were going to go somewhere.
Yeah, and then like
They were going to blow up where the guy was,
Yeah.
and it didn't happen.
Oh, they were going to blow up where the base was?
Yeah,
That's
Okay.
what I was. Were they just going to fill it up there?
because they said the school, and if you remember in the beginning of the movie, they're at the school.
Yeah.
They're in the classroom, the guy kicks the-
Wait, so did they travel and make it in that scene? Were they all of a sudden at the school with that truck?
No.
No,
Right? No, because they were getting ready to leave.
They were getting ready to leave.
And then when the guy decided to like suicide bomb it, I don't know if it was to try to
Just to
kill the
try
other
to kill
guy.
the
Yeah, he was
guy.
just trying to kill the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it blinds him.
It's blind.
It
The
blinds
scene
him.
where he looks up and his eyes are white and it's like, it looks so weird.
It looks very Hideo Kojima, like the Metal Gear Solid guy.
Yeah.
Like there's that new game coming out called Death Stranding.
Yeah,
and fucking one of the characters in that looks just like that with the fucking the streams of shit coming out of his eyes.
Well, that was like a Metal Gear Solid, the most recent one. 5, yeah. There was like that was that first, when you first play and it was fucking crazy where you're like,
you're in the hospital.
Yeah, in the hospital, and there was that weird like horseman guy coming after you, some supernatural guy.
You're all like malnourished.
Yeah.
You have to crawl out.
And there's that fucking floating guy with the gas mask.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 was fucking nuts.
That was crazy.
The first 2 hours of that game was pretty good, but then it gets too open for me.
Oh, too open? Just
it's just like you just do like little missions.
Yeah.
And like I kind of, but it's also very Japanesey. I mean, Japanesey.
See, I wanted to play it just to do the open world stuff, and I never made it past the first 2 hours.
Really?
It was just so weird. I was like, I thought this was...
I actually really liked the first 2 hours.
I thought this was like an open world game.
And the funny thing is when you get to the open world, then it feels just like not even... I mean, Metal Gear Solid but it's like way more open world, like tactical.
Yeah, it's like you just go...
That's what I wanted.
You like customize your base, and then you like choose little missions.
I wanted to do that. Instead, I got stuck spending 2 hours crawling through a flaming hospital with guys floating around.
I actually like that part. I don't know. Yeah. I'd rather play a game like that. A story based.
I have a want to play both. At that time, I wanted to play. I thought it was an open world, creative, fun.
If only you could just put up with the 2 hours.
Did not want to spend 2 hours of just like trying to cram in a story that I don't care about.
Yeah, well, that's also the thing. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. I don't care about any
Metal
Gear.
If you Google the Metal Gear Solid storyline,
it's like I don't care about any of those.
Good luck with that. Big Boss, Ocelot.
Makes no sense.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. And there's also like versions of Big Boss,
there's Snake,
Big Boss,
Big Boss,
who's
who you play as in 5,
in
Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't know. It's so complicated, the storyline for fucking Metal Gear Solid. I really don't know. All right, so where were we? Oh, so they blind that fucking Johnny Depp.
Uzi guy.
Uzi Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And that's the beginning of his demise.
Yeah, so like a few people left. At that point, I think it's just the 4.
Yeah.
And they're fucking...
he was the fourth to die, and then it was just the 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're in like a flaming showdown with the fucking Jack dude, the main kid, and his girl.
And then they realize he's blind.
He's shooting his fucking Uzi like a madman.
And then he shotguns him.
Yeah. And the Jack dude lifts his shotgun up like fucking 90-degree angle. Shoots downward at him.
Yeah, I know.
Like for no reason.
You couldn't just hold it forward.
Oh god.
I feel like there was no training or like cues of when they gave them
the
guns, like the prop guns, and they just kind of went with it. Like, all right, first take, let's do it.
That's one of the biggest. I hate that in movies. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves when people don't like even hold guns normally.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I like John Wick so much.
Yeah,
it's so faithful to like just normal weaponry.
And I think that's an example of how it pays off with all the training, like doing the right training.
Like even the way John Wick holds his pistol is like super real, and the reloading is amazing in John Wick.
Oh yeah,
like they take account for every bullet. That's
yeah.
No, they do. It's not so made up at all.
Oh, I love it.
Not in this movie.
No.
I wish you chose John Wick 3.
In this movie, he shoots 300 bullets out of one clip, and then reloads once, and then shoots another 300.
Yeah, I know.
He only had to reload once.
And that shotgun was unlimited pump shoot. Pump shoot, pump shoot, pump shoot. That was
nonstop.
Unlimited.
All right, so they kill the bad dude. They're sitting there, and it's getting close to the end because they only have 3 days or they all die.
Yep.
So one has to survive. And then the fucking Jack dude turns on him. And
turns on him.
Yeah, well, you don't know quite yet if
he
does or not. He turns on him. He shoots, and all of a sudden it cuts away to the teacher guy back at the school.
He's listening to what's happening.
He's listening to them through their little things around their neck. And he thinks it's over. But then he tells the military to leave for some fucking weird reason.
Yeah.
This is just him.
Yeah.
And they listen to him.
This is my favorite part. This is when I get to hang out with the Justice Survivor.
Yeah.
Con him into coming back for the next one.
Yeah, what? So then, so all 3 of them come back, and they confront Kitano in the headquarters, and he unveils a homemade painting of the massacred class depicting Noriko as the sole survivor. So he wanted the girl to be the sole survivor.
Yeah.
For some reason.
But gave her a pair of binoculars.
Yeah.
And an umbrella at some random ass point.
he reveals that he was unable to bear the hatred between him and his students, having been rejected by his daughter, and confesses that he will always thought of Noriko as a daughter. He asks her to kill him, but Shuya shoots him after he threatens her with a gun. As he falls, Kitano shoots, revealing that the gun to be a water pistol. Kitano's daughter calls him. After an argument, he shoots the phone with an actual gun before dying of his wounds.
Yeah.
So that's the scene when he gets shot like 10 fucking times.
Yeah, yeah.
All of a sudden he's laying there dead. Like,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah.
Phone rings. He literally doesn't crawl like, oh.
Gets up.
He just gets up like a zombie,
I know.
sits down, talks to his fucking daughter one last time,
Yeah.
gets pissed again.
Throws the phone.
Terrible dad.
Yeah.
He should be home with his daughter.
Yeah.
He's torturing 43 students.
I know. And then fucking pinpoint
Then he
accuracy shoots the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he
So
dies.
the thing.
And then eats a cookie and then dies.
Oh yeah. And the way he got up, I was about to be like, "Oh my god, is this some crazy twist?"
Yeah, where it's like fake bullets. Or
Yeah, it's
something.
like fake bullets or something. And someone's in on it. Like that's what I thought was about to happen because
Yeah.
the way
He was
just
so
fucking
unaffected by the bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. That's where it also started to like go off the rails. I was just like, "What?" Like,
3 minutes.
And then they start showing imagery of like them two being friends. Like, why is she hanging out with her teacher?
Yeah, then they like
Yeah.
By the water
reshowed. They
eating popsicles.
reshowed like full segments of all the flashbacks that we saw. Like, oh, now
Yeah,
here's
the basketball.
here's
'Cause
all
throughout the
flash-
movie, they're showing a basketball scene where all these students, all 43 of
It's like
them,
homecoming
were having the
basketball
best
game.
time of their life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
I bet that it almost seemed like too that they were, 'cause they, all the people, the main people that they showed dying and stuff, like had parts in that game. So I don't know if it was like a depiction of like what their lives were, like
Yeah.
the awkward girl or the fucking team player, or like whatever it was supposed to be. But that
Yeah, it's showing them like before violence and craziness was introduced into their lives.
yeah, they picked the wrong bunch of kids. I don't know. I mean, the kid that cut his leg fucking died. Was like the second one to die. He was when they got his
Yeah, he
throat
was.
blown
The
off.
first girl to die is the girl that he says, "Stop whispering," and he just throws a knife.
Yeah, right into her fucking head.
Like the movie starts with they bring all the kids into a room. One girl comes up to him and goes, "You're a dick."
Yeah.
Nothing. He doesn't do anything.
He
Yeah,
pushes,
I know.
Pushes her.
Yeah.
Then he confronts a young kid, and he's like scolding him or something, and the kid makes a face at him,
Yeah.
and he hits his head.
Yeah.
Then he puts a fucking instructional video on, and a girl who we don't see is whispering,
Yeah.
and
He yells at her once.
fucking push him over the limit.
He yells at her once.
Yeah.
First, he's like, "Don't." He's like, "Stop whispering," and then he sits down and starts watching the video. And then the second time, he just fucking.
Throws. Oh yeah, because he throws like a piece of chalk the first time or something.
Oh, yeah,
He throws
yeah.
like something not a big deal, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he fucking throws a knife.
Pinpoint
It was
accuracy.
too much for him.
Explosive power right through her skull.
Oh my god. That is insane accuracy. Insane power.
Well, even that girl later on that threw the fucking the scythe thing, and she stuck it into the board
Oh yeah.
next to the girl that originally had that weapon or whatever.
This was it's a little crazy.
Yeah, got a little weird.
A little
A
weird.
little crazy.
Got a little weird there.
So in the movie, the Jack kid dies. The main kid Shuya and Noriko, they get away on a boat, and they are declared fugitive murderers on the run. And that is the end of the movie.
Terrible ending for them. They don't make away with anything. They're
No.
on the run.
They are not going to be free when they get away.
No.
Nope.
Nope. Yep. So that's the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's look at the legacy part of on Wikipedia. In 2009, Quentin Tarantino listed Battle Royale as his favorite film release since he began directing in 1992.
Wow.
That same year, Moviefone included it in the top 3 of its best 50 movies of the decade.
What the fuck?
John Condit of Dread Central called it one of the best movies he's ever seen. Bloody Disgusting ranked the film 15th in its list of the top 20 horror films of the decade. They call it fun, provocative, ultra-violent, and bound to arouse controversy.
I don't understand where they're getting all that from.
I don't know.
Anyone could have made this movie.
Yeah, because when this movie was released, it got an R15 rating, which they show a lot in the beginning of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
which is rarely used in Japan. It was later released
because of the
22
blood?
countries worldwide. It actually took 9 years for it to. Wait, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it didn't get to the U.S. officially for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I had it fucking up the date. Oh, right here. Yeah, it wasn't released in the United States until 2010 because they didn't want to have any controversy.
Why?
I don't know.
Anyone could have made this movie. Any director could have made this movie. This isn't.
Yeah.
This movie's been made. Condemned is the same movie, just with prisoners.
Yeah, but this was first.
Lord of the Flies is the same movie, just without them killing each other. Well, they even kill each other.
Yeah, they do, but that's... I mean, it's definitely different. This is literally Battle Royale.
Yeah, but
crazy.
This is very Lord of the Flies. It's a group of
well,
kids.
Lord of the Flies is
they
create like a society, and they create like power and...
Yeah, it's the breakdown of human society
I
causing
think
kids
this
to turn
is
on each other.
just different enough.
It's a group of kids on an island.
This is a
fighting to the death.
Yeah, but this is like a competition. This is like Hunger Games, but before Hunger Games.
Right. It's Condemned meets... It's Hunger Games meets Lord of the Flies.
But it was before Hunger Games.
Right, but you're saying it's more like Hunger Games than it is like Lord of the Flies. That's what you're saying. I'm saying it's Hunger Games meets Lord of the Flies. In the middle of those two movies is this movie.
But this movie was first before Hunger Games. I was saying
it
it is
still
original.
Be like it.
I don't see the comparison. Lord of the Flies is kids who get lost on an island. They're not placed there to kill each other.
But the human society, the faults of human society cause it to break down and for these kids to kill each other. It points out the flaws with human society and the fact that if you put kids on an island together, they're going to kill each other. This movie is about the fall of society in Japan causing a group of kids to get put on an island to kill each other. It's very similar.
I just feel like Lord of the Flies, they're not.
I mean, it has a different twist because of the security. Yeah. That's why I'm saying Condemned, because Condemned is literally this movie. Like, where society is... It's the near future, and society is bonkers.
But Condemned is a WWE released movie.
And they take fucking prisoners. They take prisoners and put them on an island and make them fight to the death.
Yeah.
And then broadcast it on the internet.
See, I feel like Condemned is more...
This just doesn't feel like...
I feel like Condemned's premise is a little more realistic. Like, you could take prisoners.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, this is a little far-fetched.
The whole thing with the internet was
so you're controlling kids by putting them on an island.
Yeah.
It's a little far-fetched for me.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino loved it. So.
The idea just doesn't seem that original to me. I mean, maybe in 2000.
In 2000, I think it might have been. I think definitely, if anything.
Yeah.
Because now we're so exposed to Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's in every fucking video game.
Well, yeah, the whole idea of the red zones and the island and like the closing an area, but just the idea of like condemning people, like the whole. Isn't that a famous book? Where hunters, the deadliest game, isn't that what that's called? The deadliest game, where people get kidnapped and brought to an island and they get hunted by humans. That's kind of similar to
this. I guess this was a book too.
Yeah, the book came out in 1999.
Book first, and then they made the movie.
It's just like the idea of society breaks down. You take a group of X, whatever it is, kids, prisoners, humans, whatever, put them on an island, they all die because
I think part of it is
crazy.
It is tough because it is easy to feel like that because the market has been so saturated with movies like this. It's almost like watching a superhero movie back in 2000 and then now looking at it and being like, I just feel like this has been done a lot. Because we've had 19 years. Like, there's thinking about it.
I guess
you've
that's a
had
movie.
Hunger Games, 3 or 4 Hunger Games. You've had Condemned. You had Divergent or whatever that. Or no, the Maze Runner.
Yeah,
something like that. Several Maze Runners.
I feel like if we looked at this through a 2000 lens, this would be much more original.
And it's hard because
way more flooded.
It's crazy to think that like certain movies that like came after this too, because like this movie's 20 years old. Which is
weird, that is weird to think that this movie in 1 year would be 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's been out that long.
How much it actually did influence, and how it, like I said earlier, it is very relevant now.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thunk?
I mean, you could even say that because Kill Bill came out 3 years later than this, that he was inspired by the violence that created Kill Bill. Especially in that one scene where one of the actresses from this movie he hired, which was that girl with the ball and chain and stuff, and how like over the top that was.
Yeah, but how can he sit here and watch this movie and say it's one of the best movies I've ever seen?
Yeah, there's
am I crazy?
There's a disconnect that
he loves Japanese films.
He's just fucking lying. He's just being a hipster.
He's being a film nerd.
Yeah. That's what I mean. There's definitely that film nerd connection. For all we know, this director, who I don't even know anything about, could fucking do specialize in God knows what, and they really appreciate it and whatever, and that's what I mean.
We like movies, but we're not film nerds. We're not breaking down shots.
I know, because when there's like...
but even if we did, this movie sucks. What are you talking about? This movie, the scenes aren't shot in a way that I've never seen before.
I mean, some of
the helicopters like
It
doesn't look like a helicopter outside in the air. It looks like a helicopter in a warehouse.
Yeah.
I mean,
some of the imagery. I mean, it was some stuff. Like I like the landscape, but that's
violence
not
is
the
unrealistic.
movie. I just like the island they were on.
The violence is unrealistic. The drama between the kids is adolescent. All the drama, all the reason these kids don't even kill each other to survive. These kids kill each other because they hate each other. These kids kill each other because this one has a crush on this one, and this one hates this one, and this one's always been a bitch, and I hate her, and it's like it's adolescent drama. It's fucking that's all it is. It's like a teen book turned into a movie.
Definitely.
The fucking people saying that this is like a fucking one of the best movies of ever. It's touching on something we've never fucking seen before.
Can't wait. Yeah, I want to hear one of those reviews eventually. I mean, I'm really interested to see what a positive review would say.
Oh, the positive review? Yeah.
Especially the date, too.
I just feel like it's one of those movies. What was that? Like that A24 movie where it didn't fool us with its pretentiousness.
High Life?
Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah, High Life was very pretentious.
It's like you get what they were going for.
I
understand what you're saying, but this isn't the movie that does it. There's better movies that do this. It's just like the violence, the fucking gun usage, the fucking... Maybe the performances might be the best, but I don't even know because I don't know what these people are saying, and it's so lost in the fucking dubbing over.
Yeah, the dubbing over definitely ruined the actor's performance.
If a Japanese person told me this movie was good, I'd be like, okay, maybe they're getting something I'm not getting here.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino saying that this movie's great.
He definitely didn't watch a dub version.
No.
It's like unless the dude knows Japanese, I think he's fucking.
A sequel was made called Battle Royale Requiem. And the director only shot one day of it. The same director. What's his name? I have it right here. It was Kinji Fukasaku.
Ooh.
And he shot one day, but then he died of prostate cancer.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah, I did see.
In 2003.
Yeah.
Wow.
And his son, who's actually one of the writers on both movies, completed the film.
Wow.
That one has an even lower score than this one.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the second's definitely not.
Yeah. It's like the Cube. They just
I think the one thing, too, is like the stir of it with a lot of people when it came out was the controversy surrounding it. And I think it's tough, too, with certain movies, like when they've come out so long ago that the impression they had when they came out is so much different than catching up years later, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's certain movies that it's like, I don't know, maybe because at the time, especially the sheer violence and I don't know, and then also whatever it might have done, definitely left a different impression than whereas like nowadays.
Because they're underage.
Yeah, like I know, like obviously in Japan, the government tried banning the book, and then when the movie came out, they even tried banning the movie. In Germany, not even that long ago, like it was banned. Like you could not like own it, sell it, or anything, and it wasn't until like 2017 it got cleared up. Which was weird.
Yeah. I think this would have made a cool like anime movie. And I said that when we were watching it because like there was this fucking anime. It was like I forget what it was called, but it was like high school students, and then like and during a zombie breakout, and it was like high school students fighting zombies and like them trying to survive, and they're like in the school, and there's like one cool badass chick with a katana and shit like that. But imagine if they tried to make a movie about high school kids fighting off zombies. It'd be fucking horrible, right? Especially if it was like a Japanese lower budget type movie like this.
Yeah.
But with a cartoon, you can pull off way more believable premises. Where like, okay, if the teacher is suddenly the general, I'm not going to believe that in a live action movie, but I would actually believe that in a cartoon because the kids, the limits. I mean, granted, like Mike said, we would never watch it.
We wouldn't be watching it.
It would never be on anyone's radar.
No. Yeah.
But I think it would have been pulled off more. They could have showed like the hokey basketball scene. It's hokey because it's low budget, and because it's a blue team versus a red team, and
one kid's like wearing 15, a beanie and they're doing layups.
There's like 15 kids there, but if it was a cartoon,
they're balling out.
If it was a cartoon, they can drop the whole school is there, and it's the biggest homecoming event, and like you can pull stuff off better. The violence would be more authentic.
Yeah, it did
I think
not help.
Could have made a badass fucking anime.
Yeah, I'm surprised it almost wasn't an anime first.
Yeah.
Like it was based, yeah.
And
they decided to make like a live action.
I don't know. I don't think we're not into Japanese movies. If we were more into Japanese cinema,
maybe we'd get it more.
I think we'd get
there
it
could
more.
be like some weird like thing that we don't understand about teachers, where like with someone maybe I don't know, they saw that and then like the connection of him being in the general position, like I don't know, makes sense. I don't know, something like it's like an easier transition.
Because this movie has obviously a lower budget. I think it was only made for 4.5 million. Like in the time of The Matrix came out 1 year earlier.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like this movie is, if you're gonna fucking sit here, Quentin Tarantino, and tell me this is more influential than The Matrix or something, get the fuck out.
It's just not. It doesn't. It's not.
It's not. It's
anyone.
I think
could
you
make
have
this
to
movie.
be into Japanese movies.
Yeah.
To like this a lot.
Not any director can come up with The Matrix. Not any director could come up with Pulp Fiction. But any director could make this movie. Any director could fucking make this movie.
I mean, now, yeah, but I mean, I haven't heard of anything of a Battle Royale film before this. So, I mean, they technically created that.
Yeah. Yeah, but how did they create Battle Royale?
Of what? Kids being put on there with the fucking, with giving them the guns, then also having the collars, and then having the zones. Like, they created all that.
Random weapons.
Yeah, but I mean, we just attribute that to the game because we know the game exists. If I watched this movie, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, they created a video game where you loot and everyone has a different weapon. I would just be like, oh, each person got a different, it's Clue. Each person got a different weapon.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, this movie did create the Battle Royale.
Inspired, yeah.
Well, no, inspired. It created it. This is where it comes from.
Yeah.
That's the only thing this movie has going for it. I'm trying to give it something.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, it came up with the term Battle Royale.
It came with the term, and it came up
but
with
even
the
Fortnite
general
did that.
guidelines of it.
Fortnite did that. I mean, I guess they bit it from this.
Yeah, from this.
That's the thing.
Fortnite wasn't even the first one.
What we get hung up on is that this was 2000, so there's a lot of stuff that came after this that's been influenced by it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's and it's hard, and it is hard to see because
I feel like
so
this
much
just gave people something to come up with cool stuff off of.
Well, I
this
think
didn't
that
come up with anything cool.
I think after
eyes.
this movie, Hunger Games and all the other movies that were inspired with it did a better job of what this
100%.
created.
Yeah,
so it's really hard to give this a nod when everyone that has done it better.
I'm not the biggest Hunger Games guy, but they definitely created a much more realistic world.
Yeah, so it's like
realistic guidelines.
Like,
it doesn't. This movie, what's holding it back is I just don't understand why they're
like
doing
no one
it.
wants to give credit to the guy who invented the black and white TV because who gives a shit? We have fucking Samsung, now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't watch this movie in 2000 and think of what it could have been. Like it's not. This movie didn't create Battle Royale. It allowed the person who created a first Battle Royale game to create the game because they watched this movie.
It just gave like the small idea, and then people turn it into the biggest thing, in our fucking pop culture society right now.
Right.
Fortnite.
Because I wouldn't have watched this movie and thought
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like when the Matrix did slow mo, they didn't know that in the next 10 years. Fucking most action movies will have slow mo.
Yeah.
You know
or in parody movies.
It only takes one small idea to become the thing.
Yeah, but the Matrix is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So you can credit it.
Yeah.
I have trouble crediting this movie.
No. If Battle Royale video games weren't as big, I feel like this movie would just be another Japanese movie.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino would fucking have his hard ass dick.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, because the other time, the one. I remember Kill Bill, when Kill Bill came out, and like slightly hearing about the Battle Royale where someone was just talking about that chick and it being really bloody, but there was like nothing else about it. There was like not
even the
well
violence in this movie. I don't see how it's like over the top violent.
Well, yeah, it's true, but I think the one reason why it's so controversial is because I think in Asia, things are very different in Asia.
Yeah.
With violence and. I'm assuming the depiction
like the
depiction of kids killing each other.
Yeah,
that in Asia is probably much crazier than America.
Yeah,
in America we can watch a lot of different things here.
Oh yeah, I know. Over there, it was probably like,
over there, like China, this would not be played.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that controversy. As a movie, I mean, it's not. We'll move on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to watch something that we would have never watched unless we were doing this podcast. So, that right there is good.
Yeah.
No, it was a good watch for the podcast.
I was actually excited to watch a Japanese movie.
Yeah, me too.
I know. Too bad. The ironic part is we watched the shitty dubbed version.
I know.
So
That's
like any authenticity or like feeling of it was.
And I was like, cool. I was like, wow. Like, could we watch more Japanese movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. It's just never again with the
can't
dub.
do the dub.
I will literally.
I wonder
watch.
if there's like any successful like English dubbed foreign film. To get voice acting like that is.
I know there's a show called Dark on Netflix. Have you seen that show on there? Dark.
Oh, I've heard. I think I've heard.
It's German, I think.
German, yeah.
And it's like Stranger Things meets like The Away or something. It's like sci-fi.
Oh,
meets, like, kids.
yeah. I remember I've seen it
But it's
before.
like German, so you have to watch in subtitles. But they also on Netflix have a dubbed version.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, man, if I ever watch the show Dark, it got bomb reviews. It has like 9s and 10s. And I was like, man, would I ever watch the dubbed version? After this, I'd watch a subtitle.
Oh, yeah.
You can't watch a dub, dude.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Unless the only way it would work is if the person who was doing the voice acting spoke and understood whatever language extremely well.
Yeah, it's just the emotion.
You can't replicate emotion.
Yeah.
Only the actor can do it.
Right.
You know, a guy in a booth can't do it.
Right.
This isn't a cartoon.
Well, I mean, animated you can do it.
Yeah, but that's animated. Like our eyes, when we watch animated, we know it's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we watch a Japanese guy and he's like, "Oh,
and
Kato, no,"
the animation
that takes you out.
The animation doesn't already have a voice.
Yeah,
you're giving an animation, giving it its voice.
Our eyes are like, okay, that guy's not speaking.
When it's dubbed over, you're trying to match someone, and like they did a horrible job at it. Like that kid was literally screaming, and then he's just like, "Oh no."
Yeah. Oh no!
All right, Chace, facts, man. Hit us. I mean, we talked a lot of facts, but is there anything that we missed?
Yeah. This is actually one of the top 10 highest grossing films in Japan. I did see something on the wiki page that it did like 30 million, I think, worldwide.
Yeah.
But it did what was it? It was something billion in Japan, it said.
Well, their currency is way different.
Oh, that's true. Well, hold on, let me see how.
Yeah, because right here it says worldwide gross.
Oh, yeah, it's yen. That's why. I thought it was under dollars still. So it was 3.11 billion. But, so it grossed a lot. Like I had mentioned, the Japanese parliament, Chinese don't make that mistake, tried to get the novel banned. And then when the movie was released, they also attempted to get the movie banned. But because of the book and everyone looking forward to the movie, they weren't able to, basically sway them. When they're making that bomb, the hacker, friends of the hacker
group,
this was kind of interesting. The little manual that they're reading, like it shows like some weird diagrams and they're mixing all the powders and stuff, was actually a real magazine that was made by an anti-Japanese government activist group back from the 1970s. So that manual they had was something that in real life in Japan in the 1970s that was being passed out to like encourage people to fight against the government and like build bombs.
Jesus. There's some underlying Japanese.
There's probably a lot of weird, a lot of stuff. There was no stunt doubles.
Really?
Yeah, no. All actors did whatever they did.
Wow.
Which there wasn't too much, but
phenomenal stunt work.
Yes, absolutely amazing. Woo! So this was the thing about Germany that was interesting. In April 2013, 7 years after the film was put out, well, that's 7 years from then. So it must have been a different time. So that doesn't make sense.
Say it again?
It says in April 2013, 7 years after the film was put on the index for youth endangering media, the film was confiscated by the court of Germany. So basically, starting in 2013 in Germany, you couldn't sell, own, or do anything with this film, and it wasn't until February 2017 that it was.
I'm not seeing this.
Reversed.
The epitome of like old government officials being like, "Oh, this movie is a fucking disturbance," and never even watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean the movie. Yeah, it's kind of goofy violence.
Like, oh my god, video games are causing violence.
It's children in the act of killing people, and like not just killing, not like Damien killing his or whatever, like a possessed kid. This is like kids literally killing each other.
Because of like the blood spraying. Is that why?
I don't know.
Have they never seen any campy horror movies? They're all like this.
I don't know, man. Not everything's America, man.
Jesus Christ.
We've seen everything here.
Oh yeah, see it all.
See Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something crazy.
Yeah. But in these other countries, like crime and
have they seen Devil's Rejects?
Yeah, that's
that movie fucked with me.
Yeah, that movie fucked.
You know they're making the sequel to that comes out. I think.
Oh, was that Godless or is that?
No, 3.
No.
Oh fuck.
Really?
3 something to hell.
Yeah, that movie freaked me out, and I watched it in like the middle of the day.
Yeah, no, that movie. Even the first part, even like the fucking hotel scene when he's like, making them like, do weird shit, and then all that was such an uncomfortable scene too. Oh my god.
Oh, it's called 3 from Hell.
Oh yeah.
It's that new Devil's Rejects sequel.
Wow.
Jesus.
Obviously from Rob Zombie.
Hell yeah.
And it's coming out, but I think it's on a limited release.
Yeah.
It's probably hard to see. Dude, Jod. Obviously, you guys know Jay and Silent Bob. The reboot's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that movie has the weirdest release ever. It's fucking. You can see it. I think like October 15th and October 17th, like 2 days. And you have 2 days to see it. Then after that, him and Jay are touring the country, and you go and see them live. But they play the movie for you first.
Really?
Yeah. And they're coming to Providence in February.
Nah.
So like. Yeah, so like they come, like that's how they're releasing the movie.
Wow.
So they're doing 2 days across the country in select theaters. Then they're doing a tour. Then it's coming out, I think, on like VOD and like a home release after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a weird,
that is
unusual.
weird.
But only Kevin Smith could do it because he's so into,
that
live
stuff.
audience and stuff.
Plus, he probably needs to recoup any money from fucking yoga hosers.
That's also the thing. I don't think because it costs a lot to put a movie in theaters. It costs tons of money. So obviously they're doing a really different structure.
That is
interesting.
interesting.
I think only he could pull off. To be honest.
Yeah, and I think he has the following.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. He has the following. Like people will
love
pay
that
to go
kind
see
of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go see it. Digest it, and then we'll go see him again, and then we'll watch it.
I mean, it's coming to Providence. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
I'd go to that.
Yeah.
February. We should
Depending
go.
how much it is.
Probably not. Can't be that much. $30.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
I was gonna say, they can't add like another 40 onto a friggin' ticket.
No.
I wonder where they'll
for a
have
Q&A
it in
afterwards. I mean, what?
I wonder where they'll have it in Providence.
It's in at the theater. I'll look it up, but it's
like a hipster one.
It's a theater. I'll look it up. All right, give us some more facts.
Oh, and then I just wanted this last one, which was it was just the weapon layout, which was interesting. So the weapons were an Uzi submachine gun, handguns, a Kama, which is that scythe-like weapon, SPAS 12 shotgun, nunchucks, taser, knife, hand grenade, hand axe, crossbow, a sword, potassium cyanide, the poison, and the non-weapons provided were megaphone, electric collar, tracer, paper fan, which was weird, saucepan lid, binoculars, and a bulletproof vest.
Oh yeah, the paper fan. That's the worst.
I thought he was going to do something. When they were like, "What is this stupid thing?" I thought he was going to cut all their throats and it'd be some weird like blade paper.
No.
But no, he just grabbed the fucking Uzi and just turned around and sprayed him.
Jay and Silent Bob, they're coming to February 8th on a Saturday to the Columbus Theater in Providence. Have you heard of that?
It does sound really familiar, yeah.
I'll look it up.
I wonder if that's over on the west side, like Broadway. Yeah, that actually would be kind of cool because I've never.
It's on Broadway.
Yeah, so it is that one over there.
Where is that? What is that near? I'm pulling up the app.
You ever been to Julian's, the breakfast joint?
Julian's? I don't know. I've heard of Julian's.
I'm trying to like Nick's on Broadway. Nitro
what is Broadway near?
It's
okay.
Oh yeah, okay. So it's on that side of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's near Fed Hill.
Yeah.
Which we vowed we'd never go back.
Well, luckily, Broadway is just a few streets over in the hipster town, so everything changes.
All
right, the reviews are in.
Okay, hit us.
10 out of 10. Incredible masterpiece made by Kinji Fukasaka 2004.
Respect the man.
I can't say it. Battle Royale is one of the most controversial and challenging movies ever made. The film is very gory and violent, but it's also witty, satirical, and thought-provoking. The concept of the movie is pretty simple. The active Battle Royale decrees that once a year a class of 9th graders is chosen at random, stranded on a small island, and armed with random weapons. The kids are so outfitted with outfitted with strange necklaces that monitor their locations, life functions, and will explode if one student is alive. It will explode if more than one student is alive at the end of the 72 hours. The kids are forced to become savage killers, and the movie provides them with interesting personalities and human reactions to horrible situations in which they find themselves. The acting is brilliant, and the violence is horrific and merciless. The film is very exciting and well photographed. A masterpiece that needs to be seen by every fan of a wonderful Japanese cinema.
He broke down the plot pretty well.
Yeah. It makes sense, too, with obviously the Japanese cinema at the end.
I give this guy's 10 out of 10 review a 1 out of 10.
See, I think if we looked at this through the lens of 2000 and also Japanese cinema, it could be a better movie because they do influence, like, the original Ring, the original Grudge.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly, Japanese cinema does leak into American cinema surprisingly well for
that's like
how influential it is.
Isn't it that whole thing with Lion King where I think it was Chinese, but it was based on like
it was based on I saw.
And it was like where it's like,
so funny when the new Lion King came out, like everybody was digging up like old like oh, Lion King was fucking not even original. It's like, dude, even... who cares? It's fucking 30 years old, this movie.
Because Disney sold it as Disney's first original movie.
Yeah.
Every other movie was an adaptation off an old fairy tale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They sold this movie as their first original story, and it wasn't.
No,
the guy that wrote it helped them, worked for Disney at one point.
And when he died
is when they finally did it. Like they almost like they had an agreement not to release it until he was dead.
I feel like also because of the dub over, a lot of the like when they said like, oh, like maybe satire and certain things, like the personalities and maybe the conversations between the students, like just doesn't read well, especially in dubbed. And I think even if it was subtitles, we just wouldn't really pick it up.
Dubbed ruined every sort of character.
Because like when they had those weird like, oh, you're a cool girl. I'm sure if we understood
but this guy
Japanese,
doesn't speak Japanese. I doubt this guy speaks Japanese.
No, yeah.
So he's just
who's your crush? Who's your crush right now?
Yeah.
That scene. Oh, I forgot about that fucking scene.
Yeah.
In the room, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was one of the flashback scenes. Yeah. I just feel like it's fucking fanboys that are they're just chalking it up to be more than it is because it's unique and it's unknown. I could tell you that this fucking random band off Spotify is the best band in the world. This fucking band is so fucking good and they're so great and their album. Well, if you could look at it through these eyes of it came out 10 years ago and, it's underground grudge scene. So, like, no, I don't care. They're bad. If it was great, it'd be great. And it's bad. So, if you want to be a hipster, that's fine. You can like unique things, but don't pawn it off to be some fucking world-changing 10 out of 10 thing. It's just not. It's the quality that it is. It's the fucking hipsters and fanboys.
Yeah, we tell you how it is here.
Just reaching, dude. Hot take.
All right, what's your second hot take?
Review. The reviews are in! 1 out of 10. What is the point?
Did you write this?
Yeah.
I did. Just now. Thomas Yaris.
Go ahead.
What is the point? The premise of this movie is in that not so far away future Japan will have a serious unemployment issue, and 800,000 students feeling that there is no future for them start to boycott school and authorities and are afraid of rebellion. Sounds good so far. Wait for it. Teenage rebellion is a great topic. We only have to look around to see the lost and broken children. Apply this to a crumbling society, and there is potential havoc. Then what to do with the authorities? What the authorities decide to do? They will randomly choose a class of 40 ninth graders and put them on an island somewhere and make them fight it out until one remains. Yes, I said randomly. No matter if you were a great student, perfect attendance, you can still be drafted onto this island. You have to wonder why these teens are so upset. Go figure. Even if killing 40 random students out of 800,000 rewarding the most violent and treacherous of them could have some deterrent effect on the rest of the student population. First, they had to know about it, and every single student in that class seemed surprised to hear of this. Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Yeah.
Everyone, why was this surprised? Wouldn't they know about this?
Isn't this supposed to be huge?
Yeah, that is weird.
Technically, the film is not so bad. Very good photography. I don't know where people are getting that. Competent music and soundtrack. Who knows if that's the original or what? Good editing too. I disagree. There is a mix of actors ranging from the very good to the thank God he died so I don't have to see his acting again. Despite the actors' efforts, the characters are poor. With one or two exceptions, we know nothing about them. What makes them run or fight or just scream scared? In short, if you are looking for a gore slash movie and you have nothing better to do, then go for it. But if you are looking for a great, insightful look at society and teenagers, there is no point.
Oh, it's so gory. Remember when that guy threw his head into the window and had a grenade in his mouth?
I guess it's like if you can picture it through the eyes where you don't. Imagine if you lived under a rock and you'd never seen anything ever before, and this was the only movie you'd seen. Yeah. You'd think this movie was great. Yes, I would. But alas, I do not live under a rock. I have seen good movies. And I don't care if it came out in 2000 because The Matrix came out a year before it. So this movie can fucking suck my ass. 10 out of 10 choice for the podcast because I feel like like you said, you don't want to pick a movie that's just easy to talk about. Yeah. But
this movie can suck my ass.
It's like when I watched it.
Dude, you should write a review on there and say this movie can suck my ass.
When I watched it, I was like, okay. This movie, blah, blah, blah. But then after I see people loving on it so much, it just makes me want to hate it even more. It really does.
Wow.
Hot take.
Well, I'll jump to mine.
Yeah, go ahead. Start.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Just because I did like the gore stuff was cool. I definitely agree that a lot of it was just fucking weird. And the way it started and ended just didn't make any sense. It could have stayed simple, and then it just got weird with some of the Requiem flashbacks and like all that shit.
Weird pedophilic.
I think what I like about the movie is different because if I'd seen this when it came out, I wouldn't say like, well, I have a lot of the connections with like Battle Royale games and like that tip too. So I also find it. I think what also sticks out for me is because I find it interesting how like watching it's like, oh my god, that's reminds me of this, so that reminds me of that, or I can see that, or like, I can understand, this thing from this movie or whatever. So like that I think I have more appreciation for the echo that you can see through certain things now.
I agree with that.
Than the ripple it created maybe when it first came out. It's a little bit different. So I guess I'd say 3 out of 5 because that would give it a 60. Yeah. Which is like it's good. Like the weird thing is, if we had seen this, I don't know. I don't want to watch it again and sit through it again. No. But I would love to see a sample size of like maybe one scene. Maybe just find that YouTube and just fast forward to
see the end, like the girl scene, them fight the bad Japanese kid.
Oh,
the
kid, or like the scene with the girl. I don't know, just like only one scene just to see how that was.
Or watch the poison scene. Like that'd be cool to watch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that I couldn't sit down and watch it all the way through again because I would
just watching that one scene could change my mind a little bit on some certain aspects of the movie.
Yeah.
But that's not what we watched. We're basing it on the shitty dubbed version.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
all right, Tom.
That was weird.
Oh, no. Oh, Chace, you're not done.
Oh.
Is it joining the shelf? A shelf that doesn't have us on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have us. Yeah,
is this movie going to join the shelf, or is it going to join the trash with us? We'll have 2 piles. We'll have the shelf and the trash can right next to it.
See, like the thing that I'm thinking about too is like we always talk about like would you suggest it to someone?
Yeah.
And I feel like the reasons why I would suggest it would just be like if you like that whole like last man standing vibe, or if you've been
it's like you play Fortnite or PUBG. Do you want to see where the general idea of that came from?
I feel like that's where it's going to come from. The suggestion, not like this is a really good movie and it's thought provoking.
No, that's not the first word that you're on. Like saying, like, do you want to watch a really good movie?
Yeah,
you never say that about this movie.
Oh, no. Or like, a thought-provoking crazy twist or fucking whatever. I would never. It would just...
Or great cinematography or great acting.
Yeah, it would just be to the tip of the, like the just Hunger Games Battle Royale stuff. Yeah.
Or if you found a random person who was like, I love Japanese movies. Well, have you seen Battle Royale?
Yeah.
You haven't? Okay, maybe you should check it out.
They definitely know it, right?
I think it would make my personal shelf, but I wouldn't put it on ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's in the trash.
Yeah.
Well, not yet. Well, actually, it might.
Yeah, no, it is.
It is. Tom's about to throw it right in the trash.
Well, dude, Matt, even if you did,
you're right.
Even if you did, it wouldn't.
I mean, I'll say mine. Let Tom go first.
Yeah.
I'll tell my thoughts. I'm not going to be as harsh on the movies.
All right. Are you ready?
Oh, God. Be gentle.
1 out of 5.
Okay.
1 out of 5.
That's a 2 out of 10.
Oh, I can't give it a 1. Oh, I can give it a 0.5.
You could, yeah.
0.5 out of 5, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
0.5 out of 5.
Oops.
Thank you.
All right. You could have given it a 0 if you wanted to.
No, I'll give it a 0.5 for existing. I when I was in middle school, I took Portuguese and I quit that class and I wrote my name on a test and she gave me 5 points.
Yeah.
She said, "Here's 5 points for writing your name on the test." I said, "Thank you." So I'll give this 0.5 points for existing.
Okay.
I had fun watching it. I had fun laughing about it and making fun of it.
It was fun at first.
I did even appreciate some stuff about it, like that soup scene was cool and stuff like that. And I think it's cool that if someone comes up
You
with
mean
an
the spaghetti
idea,
scene?
spaghetti and meatball scene.
Don't
cool if you
confuse
can
the
come up with
listener.
an original idea. I don't really feel like this is that original. I really don't. I really have a hard time accrediting so much of modern media to this movie. It's so hard for me to do because to me it's so similar to so much stuff. The Deadliest Game, it's so similar to that story of hunted on an island. Like it's like right there. It's just like one little change. Like instead of you being hunted on an island by the people putting you there, you're forced to kill each other. Like that's it. It's just one little change in the isolation of a group of people to kill each other. One survivor is the one lone survivor. That's like not an original idea. There's probably a billion books about it. There's probably a story in the Bible that you could be like, this is pretty close.
You're taking a wild turn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think it's that original of idea. Maybe it was an original movie to take that idea and put it in a movie. And I think I'd say this game, this movie reminds me of, not Fortnite, what's the other one?
PUBG?
PUBG. This movie reminds me of PUBG the most.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to be like, yeah, Apex Legends is because of this. Like I don't get it. I don't see it.
Yeah.
But then the thing would be PUBG is what has created everything after.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't feel like if this movie didn't exist, those games don't exist. No one would have ever come up with the idea of a closing in circle on a group of people where they all kill each other until there's one survivor. That's not. I feel like anyone can come up with that idea. It was only a matter of time. King of the Hill, that's pretty fucking close to this. It's just a modified King of the Hill. It just was a matter of time until people came up with this idea.
Well, the big thing though is that with those games influences looting. So like what PUBG based off of was dropping in. You start with
that
nothing,
idea of like dropping off with nothing. But how could I say that idea is because of this? How could I say that? I don't know that. That's such a stretch to me.
Well, I mean, it's kind of fact. The guy Brian Greene who created PUBG said that he was heavily influenced by this movie. Yeah.
Oh.
Which said, and then by theory, PUBG was what then created Fortnite, which then created Apex Legends, which then created Firestorm and Battlefield, which then created Blackout, which then created...
And then this movie's based on a book.
Yeah.
And the book is an idea that somebody had.
It's just
something else.
The movie
I feel like you could watch Lord of the Flies and come up with this. Like, be like, wow, Lord of the Flies is cool. I have a better idea.
Probably what the guy who wrote the book did.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard for me to be like, this is the beginning point, or this is so original that it deserves so much praise. I feel like it's just, I credit the guy more for sitting there and thinking, like, it's like if I watch football and I come up with my own sport. I'm not going to be like, football is the reason. It's the guy. The guy came up with it. The guy came up with the game.
So if you watch football and you came up with a game based off of football...
It
doesn't matter that you watch football.
You'd have to credit me and my creativeness.
But without football, you wouldn't have.
But you'd have influence.
That's like saying I credit Van Gogh's paintings because paint exists.
But if you said my influences were Van Gogh.
Yeah, I'm saying like Van Gogh painted a picture, right? Like he couldn't have painted that picture if paint didn't exist. So I credit paint for the magnificent work of.
Okay, maybe in that one instance you might be right.
It's the creativity of
if
Van
cameras
Gogh.
didn't exist, they couldn't make the movie.
It's the creativity of the person who took that idea and
that manifested it. Yes,
you know,
physically.
So like I'll credit it for
yeah.
Okay, it's definitely something you could watch and come up with better ideas of, but I credit the guy who made the game more than I credit. Like, I get it that if this is what he's watched that gave him that idea, but I feel like he did way more with the idea than this movie ever did. You know?
Yeah, but he also didn't make a movie. He made a video game that was influenced by this.
Yeah, and that was way better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he took a 1 out of 10 idea and turned it into a 10 out of 10 idea.
That I might be able to agree with.
So I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the thing that just because that's what sparked it in his mind. You know, Beethoven didn't build the piano, but he still was the guy who made the music with it. So I'm not going to be like, well, the guy who built the piano is the reason why all this great music exists. I credit Beethoven.
All right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but
I could
someone
see
who
that.
created a piano and say, oh, it's not. He created the piano. If he didn't have a piano, then he wouldn't have done that. If your parents didn't have you, you wouldn't do the things that you've been doing.
Yeah, some of these parents can suck.
Yeah.
The child can
getting way off topic.
But what I'm trying to say is that I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't make any sense to say that if you watch football and you're influenced by it, it's not football that it's not. It's
that was a bad example because football is of high quality. I'm saying you take something that's starting off as crappy quality. That's what sparked a great idea in someone else's head. I credit that guy more because that's the good product. I'm not going to credit the crappy thing. Football is a bad analogy because football, I wouldn't come up with a sport better than football.
It's also hard because the movie's called Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's not called like Japanese teens fighting.
Yeah.
You know, it's also hard because the term is in the fucking
Battle
title.
Royale. Yeah.
Right.
So is it joining the question, Tom? I need to know.
Oh God, no.
Oh, come on! I really thought after what you just said, your hot take, Tommy's hot takes. I love it.
We'll have to do an edit sometime.
I'll keep
One of our
short.
listeners will have to put together hot take Tommy.
Yeah, Tom stole every hot take I had. So
300 hours.
No, I mean I can respect the movie, but let's be honest. This isn't 2000. This is 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I can't believe it's 20 years later.
Yeah. It's also it's hard for us
crazy.
to ignore things. You know, I can't ignore Hunger Games. I can't ignore The Condemned. I can't ignore PUBG. It's the wrong era. If we did this podcast 19 years ago,
hey, maybe they were influenced by Running Man.
You know what's funny? I was actually thinking of Running Man while we were watching that movie. Because I would much rather watch that.
Yeah.
I love Running Man, and it's similar, but it's more of a game show.
Yeah.
It's more of like actually, there's really nothing like Running Man. I thought Running Man would make a perfect video game.
Yeah.
A Battle Royale where it's on the game show. It's a first-person game.
Yeah.
And you start off, and you know the pods they ride down?
Yeah.
It starts off with, say, like 30 people, and you're all on the game show, and there's the host, and he's talking, and you can move your head, and you're all in the suits, and you can see everybody. And then remember, they drop, and they go through the crazy fucking tunnels.
Uh-huh.
Like, imagine doing that in first person, and then you go, and it's a Battle Royale game, but it's also a game show.
Yeah.
Where there's bosses, like the fucking ice guy, and the fucking flamethrower guy.
It fit in very well.
And then winner wins the show. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
The Running Man. Make it.
The game.
If I won the water, I would waste $100 million.
Like
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
I'd pull a Kurt Schilling.
But
I wouldn't fucking rape Rhode Island's economy.
I was going to say, and then get Rhode Island.
I would fund it myself.
Give you tons of...
I would. That'd be dope.
The worst part was that game. It wasn't even like he at least came out with something that was...
Well, again, 9 on IGN. It was a high-quality game. It wasn't even that game that ruined it. Well, it was the sales expectations for that game, but it was the next game. They were making an MMO, which is like one of the most expensive games you can make. MMOs, and that's the game that actually cost Rhode Island that $90 million.
Oh, really?
It wasn't the first. Well, they projected the first game to sell like 10 million copies, which would have helped them not go bankrupt. But it only sold like 2 million.
Oh, Jesus!
So it's like their sales expectations for the first game mixed with the super
10 million
duper
copies.
expensive.
That's a fucking hefty goal.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man for PS4, one of the most successful games of this generation, only sold like 13 million copies.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they were expecting Kingdoms of Amalur to sell like 10 million.
I played it, but I played it in a time when I stopped smoking weed.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was hard for me to get into video games at the time.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I didn't play it as much or like it as much.
It was a deep game. It was like a fucking 100-hour game.
It was better than Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, it had cool.
Dragon Age was one of the biggest letdowns.
Had some I hate the comment.
I don't even understand how Dragon Age got
Game of the Year.
Yeah,
We'll be talking about this when we're 60.
Yeah.
Remember 2014 when Dragon Age 1 Game
It
of
was
the Year?
like
over Shadows of Mordor.
I'll never forget it when it was like I first played. I created my character, and I didn't really like the look of my character.
I hated my guy.
And then I also was like, so when I recreated him, I thought not only was I gonna restart with a new guy, but the game was just gonna feel different.
Yeah,
when I started playing, I was like, is this really how the game feels? Like this is what I'm.
My guy was a knight who had a fucking gay ass mustache. He was like slender. He wasn't a big knight.
Yeah.
The guys were wicked feminine.
They were always wicked feminine.
Yeah.
And, oh god, it was
because I
bad
did an
game.
elf dude first. I was like, oh, I want to do a
I
cool
did
elf
guy.
But yeah, he looked wicked feminine, and he was like long and lanky. So then I changed it to like the weird beast like hybrid. There was
I did like the demon.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
I did the elf, and then I was like, he looked weird because he was so small.
Yeah.
He didn't look right on any of the horses and shit. So
that's what it was. Yeah, he looked like he was like dangling.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a big guy, and then I made the big guy, and it was the opposite. Like he looked weird because he was too big for everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think the only thing that would work is like a regular human-sized character, but the gameplay sucks so much.
They're making a Dragon Age 4 now, which is such a waste of fucking time.
That's insane.
They botched Anthem. Now they're making a Dragon Age.
They should just make like an updated. Like,
I want to do Mass Effect,
Skyrim or something.
Well, that is their Skyrim, technically.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm saying like, because they make Mass Effect and then they do.
I want them to make another Mass Effect. That last Mass Effect was such a botched piece of shit.
Yeah, I never. I was gonna. I'm glad I didn't buy it because I had the EA access. So I was like, oh, I got 10 hours to play.
I bought the $100 edition.
Oh my god, that's right. You doubled down.
I doubled.
Well, we also got the Gears of War $100 edition, which was $20 off. So we paid $80 for it.
We paid $80 because
and that was like the biggest
fucking
letdown. I actually died too. I saw a snip today of it was Dr. Disrespect like deleting the game and like having a meltdown about it.
Really?
And it was fucking hilarious because he's playing. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, I'm not fucking doing this because he's like getting all stuck. And he's like, I'm not sticking. I don't like sticking. And he's like freaking out. He's like, this game fucking sucks. It's overrated. He was like, you stick to things. He's like, I don't want to be held back. It's a video game. You shouldn't be held back. You shouldn't be fucking sticking to things. It was the funniest shit ever because he was freaking out. And he was like, you know what? And it's not that I can't get good at this game. Give me a day and I'll be a pro. He's like, I just don't like it. But oh my god.
It's definitely not Twitch.
I think my biggest game letdown was either Dragon Age or Black Ops 2. Remember I bought Black Ops 2 and I tried it in like the next day.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, because that was like when you started. You were like, "Oh, I'll try playing Call of Duty again."
I bought Black Ops 2.
I think I
and I
convinced
returned
you
it.
I convinced you to buy it.
The next day.
I remember that.
I love Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I played
only Call of Duty at Max Prestige.
Which was funny because it was one that we played the shit out of, but bitched about a shitload too. But still played.
Hated
tons
it,
of
but now I cherish those times because Call of Duty hasn't been the same for me.
No.
Call of Duty hasn't been the same for me
since World at War. Yep, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, World at War was mad fun.
World at War was awesome.
We
were 19.
Remember the expansion? Remember there was like a Vietnam expansion or some shit?
Was there?
Yeah.
Map pack, you mean? Or?
Yeah, map pack. Yeah, whatever. That's when it was map packs, not expansions.
Oh, yeah, map packs.
Same fucking thing.
That was like Battlefield. The last good Battlefield I really enjoyed was 4.
Yeah.
Like
we'll
modern.
We'll see if Battlefield 6 is modern. It better be modern.
Yeah, the first World one they did, I didn't mind. I did play a lot of it.
It's probably going to be a launch though for the next Xbox.
Yeah, I just want it to be more because I've definitely sided more with Battlefield's pace.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
Battlefield 4 is amazing.
Yeah,
God,
because you could like do your own thing. Like if you wanted to fucking sit and try sniping people from 8 miles away, you could. And if you wanted to do whatever, you could get as involved as you wanted.
Yeah, or vehicles.
Yeah. If you want to get really good, like tanks or helicopters.
Like I remember. Oh wow, I just remembered this. This is insane. I haven't thought about this in years. I remember when I worked at the club in the kitchen, there was a guy that used to come in and fix the refrigerators. And he was like an older, like lanky, like refrigerator guy, right? and I was like talking about video games with him, and he's like, "Hey, what do you play?" I'm like, "Xbox." He's like, "I got Xbox." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, "What do you play?" He's like, "Battlefield." I was like, "No shit. What do you do?" He's like, "Tanks only." And I was like, what? And he's like, I spawn and I get in a tank and I'm a tank. I just play it like I'm a tank operator.
That's so funny.
And I only will play in a tank. And I played with him. And he was like, it was fun to play with because he was a fucking vehicle head. Like, he just loved.
Yeah, no, there's people, it's crazy that people are like that.
Yeah.
That's why I loved it too because then, like, you could put so many hours. Plus, they unlock, like, the stuff to unlock was limitless.
They've dumbed down the unlock.
Yeah.
Like Battlefield 4 was insane.
I remember I logged into it because I had bought the premium, and then when I logged into it, you still got premium crates, and there was so much stuff I was still getting, and I already put in probably like 700 hours into that game. Yeah. So it was just nuts.
Remember what was that? What was that like arcade game? Battlefield
1943.
Oh, I played a shitload of that too.
Was that the first one with dogfights?
Yeah, I think so.
Remember it had a dogfight mode?
It had that mode. Yeah. That was just the console version of 1942. Because the original was 1942 on PC.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was like the first one that I was like, wow, this is fucking so much better than Call of Duty.
Cool game.
Like this game plays way cooler.
And I remember I played it.
It's like ding.
Yeah.
That. And I remember like you'd run and you could like hear all the shit on you. I used to get so immersed in that.
But it's just World War II is dead for me.
Yeah, no,
that's why Battlefield 5. It's fun. I can appreciate it, but it's
they outdid it.
That's why it's funny because now even with that new Call of Duty that's coming out, it's basically more like Battlefield. Like that's what they've done.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're about to. Well, the beta comes out this weekend, but it's crazy that they are going almost full Battlefield. They're doing a 32
we fully
and 32.
transitioned into a video game podcast at this point.
Yeah.
Well, this is After Dark.
Yeah, After Dark. After Dark. After Hours.
I'm saving if I'm putting it on the shelf, even though you guys are.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for the very end. I'm holding them close to their.
They want to know. Just tell us.
Tell us. Well, you guys already said no, so it's not happening.
Yeah, it's not going to make it.
And it's going in the trash.
It's a 3. Is it a 3 no?
Yeah,
it's a 3 no.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a.
I'll give it
a 3. I think it's worthy of a 3. I think it's worthy of a 3. I can appreciate it, but like it's.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think you have to appreciate Japanese cinema. I feel like if we watch any Japanese movie, like I've always heard that The Grudge. I forgot the name of it in Japanese. The Grudge. That Japanese version of The Grudge is better than the fucking Grudge in America.
Yeah.
But I feel like we watched it and be like, oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Even with subtitles, and if we listen, I just feel like there's so much lost in translation.
There is. But I feel like nerdy people love it.
Yeah.
They love anime. They love
like a challenge.
They just credit things because they're different.
Anime, man. Anime is a fucking...
Well, because also...
interesting.
I feel like...
there's good anime. Like that show Baki that we watched some of. That fucking show is badass.
Andrew watched more than us. And he was like, eh.
That show's badass.
I just don't like anime.
Or what about that fucking Love, Death, Robots? That's pretty close to anime.
Yeah, that was I watched a few episodes of that.
Yeah,
there was
some anime there.
Like that one where it's like those fucking monsters fighting.
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
That could
crazy,
be a fucking anime.
Yeah, but it wasn't anime.
It's pretty close.
Well,
American.
It was American, 100% American.
Speaking American,
Western. It was definitely Western style CGI.
Yeah,
they don't do that shit in Japan. It's all hand drawn.
Yeah. But Baki was cool, man. I thought Baki's fucking art style was dope.
Yeah.
It's like super, super gory. Like, you want to talk about super gory.
It's like trying to change. I just can't change. I can't like get into anime as a 30-year-old man.
Yeah,
I can't do it. You have to pre-exposed.
Yeah, there's so much because even like that fucking the TikTok app. There's so many people that love anime, and they'll do these expressions like anime expressions. And just like when I saw something like that, I'm like, there's so much to this that I have no idea. That like I feel like it would take years to even understand all the little bits and pieces in the culture.
There's so much anime.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a kupai boy, are you a kung pao girl? Like, what? It's like, what does that mean? And there's all these different slang terms, and like, it's so fucking. It's out there, but
I can appreciate it.
Pokemon.
Well, that's what I mean. It's almost,
Pokemon, but that's so mainstream.
You know, Ash just won.
Yeah, I heard about that night. Yeah.
Did you know that?
What?
In all the years that we watched Pokemon, back from the very first when we started watching, it's been 20 years. He just won. He just beat the league. You know,
really?
He beat the league at the end of the video game?
Yeah.
He just finally beat the league last week for the first time
in
ever.
like what they air right now or whatever.
Yeah,
shows. Wow.
For the first time ever. He never won back in the day when we watched it.
Even in the movies?
He never won.
There's been like 5 Pokemon movies.
He never won. And then like everyone's saying,
what a tease.
Everyone's saying like it's so dumb because like his Pokemon now suck.
Yeah.
And like he only has 5 Pokemon, and that like there was other years. There's like 1 year that's known as like the year he got robbed. But like it should have been the year that Ash won the league. He had like the best Pokemon. He had a Charizard X. Did you know that there's Charizard X?
No.
Did you know that Charizard can evolve into another form, but it's temporary?
Jesus. That's another thing.
Pokemon was so cool.
The cards are still really popular.
Pokemon was so cool.
Pokemon is still huge.
Yeah.
I still think it's kind of cool.
Well, the game.
As of like a
I
video
said
game?
to you, I said, do you want to get the game for Switch?
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out in November.
Oh, that's
I was
right.
playing Mario Kart at Bethany's sister's
Oh,
house.
really?
Her husband has
There's
a
one coming out
Switch.
for the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're releasing a free-to-play Mario Kart.
Oh, no, I did see that.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll definitely
I'll
play
probably download
that.
it. Fuck, it's free.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
It's Mario
Why
Kart.
wouldn't I?
It was interesting to play the Switch controller, too. It's a little
I hate
thing.
those little fucking things.
I got used to it. But
Really?
Yeah, I was actually fucking firing it up.
Yeah, no, Mario Kart's the newest Mario Kart is like the definitive Mario Kart. How can you get better than that?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
he was telling me too that like they had a lot of level. What the hell was he telling me? That a lot of the level designs are like, I don't know. I think he said they were like either revamped or they're I don't know.
Yeah, they
something
have like old ones that they redid.
Yeah, it was good though. It was fun.
Yeah,
Made me want to go get a Switch.
yeah. I mean, they have a new Switch coming out, the Switch Lite, which is just handheld.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does it have like a dock that?
No, there's no dock. It's like a Game Boy.
Really?
Yeah. Coming out this fall.
Can you hook it up to your TV at all or no?
No.
Oh, so it's
It's
just handheld.
Yeah.
I completely.
fuck?
So
How
there's
much
two
is that?
versions of the Switch now. What?
How much is that?
I think $250, and the other one's like what? $300 or well, no, maybe it's $200 and the other one's $300. I think that's what it is.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, I think a $50 difference would be weird.
Yeah,
I
but-
think it's $100.
Because you could still take the other one to go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the other one's like lighter, and it's all there's no separate controllers. It's all one block.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you can't take the controllers off.
Yeah.
The screen's actually slightly worse, but slightly better in some points. But I don't know, it's for kids.
Yeah.
It's because Pokemon's coming out.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Exactly.
it's their biggest seller.
Yeah.
So
Because they know people are going to buy
just that for Pokemon.
that for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like how I got my Game Boy.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I used to love.
Do you think the new Pokemon is going to be almost like similar to the app or that came out or the game, the mobile
Pokemon
game?
Go?
No,
Do they have
no,
any
no.
features like that?
No.
No.
This
No, it's
is a
just
real Pokemon game.
Yes, it's a Pokemon game.
I wasn't sure if they'd have like maybe.
No, they
should-
did do that
they
last
should
fall.
get
They did a game called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu
Oh, yeah.
and Let's Go Eevee, and that one was connected. You could do stuff in Pokemon Go that would translate over, and it was like weird. Like you could move your Switch, and it was for kids.
It was free.
It's for kids.
A lot of stuff on Nintendo's for kids.
Most video games are for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should get Pokemon.
I said I'm down. I don't know.
You should get
That'd be fun.
Pokemon Snap.
It's so much fun in the beginning, but then like once you get into the grind,
Once
of
you
that-
get grinding into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the first 10 hours,
The
I'm
hardest,
so down.
the
for it.
worst part is just all the new Pokemon.
Yeah, but like I said that too. But when me and Andrew about 4 years,
15 years
3 or 4 years ago, no, 3 or 4 years ago, we each got a 3DS, and we each bought the new Pokemon. Andrew beat it, and they don't shove the new Pokemon down your throat as much as you think.
Really?
No, they don't. Like a lot of the old school Pokemon are heavily involved. In the
You
game.
don't have to start off with a new one.
You do. You
Okay.
do. Yeah. But like, it's not like it's all new Pokemon and like you rarely see old Pokemon. It's
The
like
old ones are there.
They're there.
Mm.
So it's not as weird. as you
Mewtwo?
think. Well,
I'm just kidding.
He's very rare.
And then the other thing about Pokemon was that Ash, like, he never tries to catch any of the legendary Pokemon he ever meets.
Really?
Like, he never.
He appreciates them.
Yeah, but his last name's Catch 'em, and his slogan is "Gotta catch 'em all,"
Yeah, that's true.
and he refuses.
Did you ever
Yeah.
fight Mewtwo in Pokemon Red or Blue?
I
You
think
have to
yeah,
go
in
to-
the cave.
You go to the cave.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you ever fight Mew?
No, I think I
I-
only did the
I-
Mewtwo. One
I-
of them was easier.
Oh yeah, Mewtwo was easier.
Mewtwo, you
Mew
just go
was
find.
super fucking hard.
I never fought. I never did Mew.
Did you did the cheat right? The rare
The
cheat.
the candies.
Rare candies cheat.
Yeah.
That's how I played
Where
the
you
game. I
swim,
barely
you swim
did the
up
game.
and down the side of that.
Did you
thing.
do that, Chase, or you probably weren't?
I never played any.
Really?
Are you serious?
Pokemons, no.
Really?
He missed
Wow.
out. He was too busy getting blowjobs. Age of
Yeah,
like
so
9.
Yeah, you're right.
He wasn't a fat idiot like me and Tom.
No, I always wanted to, but I never got into Pokemon.
I would cheat. I'd take 2 Game Boys, and I would
Oh.
because like when you start the game, you can only pick 1 of 3 Pokemon.
Mhm.
I started 2 separate games on another one. Used the link cable,
And had all three.
put them all on one game, so I had all
Wow.
3 starters.
Well, I never did that.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's how Jesse
I
Ott.
did play the shit out of that game.
Jesse
though.
Ott collected all 151.
Wow.
By doing that, he would like transfer.
No shit.
Yeah, Jesse was crazy into Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah, all 151.
Wow.
You could probably sell that.
I remember when I beat it. I beat it at
Probably
recess at fucking Primrose. I remember because I was like, I tried to beat it and then I fucking failed and then I finally beat it and then it was running credits and like you couldn't back out and I fucking was like freaking out because I didn't want to lose the save file because it had taken me so long, and then we went back to class and I like put it in my backpack and I turned the volume down and then I went and sat down. We were like all sitting down and the teacher was like reading a story to us, right? And I was like, can I go to my backpack? And she's like, okay. So I go to my backpack and I check and it was like probably like 1 minute. Like I didn't wait nearly long enough. Yeah. And it was still credits and I was like, shit. So I sit back down and then like I do it again. Probably like 1 minute later. Like can I go to my backpack? And then she's like, she's like, okay. I was a little kid.
No, I mean, like she's probably thinking, what the fuck is wrong?
Oh yeah.
I know. I said that weird.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, sorry.
Wait longer.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you,
so
little
then
Tom?
I go back again.
Yeah, little Tom.
It's not done again. And I was like, I remember I was panicking. I was in full blown panic. And I was like, I remember I was tapping the A button. I was like, come on. And the teacher came up. She's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just beat this game. And if I turn it off, I won't get to keep the save file. And she was like, all right, just let it play out.
What the fuck? My cousin collected all 150. He has all 150 Pokemon.
Really?
Cards.
Oh, the cards?
Cards. I completed it when I got a Charizard way too late in the game. No one cared at that point.
Yeah.
No.
I remember I was with my neighbor and he bought just a basic booster pack at like the Barrington Library. They had some weird event and there was some stand where some guy was selling like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And
he
got
bought
like crazy rare card or
he
something.
got a Charizard.
Wow.
And this was like way back when it was really popular. And I remember even the dude was like, what the fuck? Like who like sold it to us. He had this like little fucking shack and was pawning off, like cards.
Oh my
He had
god.
no
That's
idea.
so
And at that
funny.
time, I think that card was worth like $40, $50.
That's
like,
so
it was
funny.
Like, yeah. Fucking
Yeah,
right in
Harry,
front of him.
he said he looked into it. He said that his cards are worth nothing. But I just saw on IGN, I think it was, that someone sold a perfect collection of the original 150 for like 20 grand or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to find the right buyer.
Yeah. And
You know, it's
also to
one
be
of
in the
those
right
things,
condition.
it's like
and all that
auction stuff. Like auction stuff sometimes is a bust.
Yeah.
Even though it's worth, it has value.
Yeah.
If there's not a right buyer.
His are in the binder, the official Pokemon binder.
blue one?
Sleeves,
I had that.
The blue one.
I had that.
He has 150.
I gave all my Pokemon cards to Eric Wagner because he was like,
what a horrible choice.
He was like, I'm gonna sell them all, and like it was years later. Like I didn't care anymore, and I like had them under my bed.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm gonna sell them, and fucking. I was like, oh, all right, here, and I gave them to him, and I was like, yeah, just give me some money. And he was like, okay, and I fucking never saw him again. I should have kept them. And I had a fucking badass Pog collection too. And I can't remember for the life of me what I did with it.
I have no idea.
I had a lot of Magic cards, and then I remember my cousin who played at one point gave me all of his old Magic cards, and he had fucking a shitload. I wish I still had those somewhere.
Dude,
'Cause I feel
Pogs
like there
were
was
mad
some
cool.
that were still...
You didn't do Pogs?
I don't really remember it. No.
No.
How about Funny Bones?
Oh, I remember those.
Remember
You
those?
know what Pogs were?
Yeah. What were those?
They were just cardboard circles.
Yeah, I had
And then you
them.
had a
I don't know.
slammer, which is like a heavy
And then you get
one.
the slammer, which is
I
What
think
do you
all
do
it was
with them?
was stacking them and
it
trying
was like
to
a circle, and then you like stack them, and you just like it was something like you're just trying to knock them out. It's basically like marbles.
Yeah.
We're just trying to knock other ones out.
I know John was really into Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
Really?
5 years ago. We
What about
probably still
Beyblade?
yeah.
Beyblade.
Beyblade.
How about Tech
yeah.
Deck?
I was into Digimon.
How about Tech Deck?
Seriously, for a little bit.
Into Tech Deck?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, I had it, but I wasn't.
Hobby Lobby?
I can't remember if it was
KB
Digimon
Toys,
or
dude?
Tamagotchi. No, Digimon was where you could fight them, right?
Tamagotchi was one you took care of.
Yeah.
I had a Tamagotchi.
And the
Yeah.
Digimon was like you took care of it, but you fought them though, right?
I think
I
so.
mean, it
ones
was
that you
cards.
put together?
No. Digimon is literally like the alternative to Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
What the hell? There was another one. It wasn't Tamagotchi then, but it was similar to Tamagotchi who took care of it, but you could actually link them together and you would like fight. Like you could fight each other. Because I remember. What the
Was
hell
that
it
Tamagotchi? Could you do that with Tamagotchis?
Maybe it
So there's
was.
no link. I don't
I think
there's any
Tamagotchi
link.
was just like an animal.
It was just an
It
animal.
was just a pet that you took care of, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I got it, I was so excited, and then it's an egg at first,
Uh-huh.
and you nurture it, and then it hatches into the thing, and it hatched, and I was like, sweet, and then I was like, all right, now what do I do with it? And like that's it. You just take care of
The
it.
new Call of Duty has a Tamagotchi because, like, when you play the game and you hold your gun, you have a wrist. You can customize your wrist now.
You can put a
You
Tamagotchi.
put a Tamagotchi there, and it actually, like, your kill to death ratio makes it get bigger or smaller.
Oh, that's wicked cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was so let down.
Oh, maybe this Call of Duty will get into it.
Maybe I'll buy it and then return it the next day.
Well, I'm
Oh,
already
see, it
playing
was a
so.
So Digimon originally was these things.
Oh, wow, I have one of those.
Wow, I
Holy
remember
shit.
that.
So that's where it all originated from.
I forgot about that thing.
Yeah.
Wait, Google Tamagotchi then. Maybe I didn't even have a Tamagotchi.
No, you probably did. It looked like an egg.
Yeah, Tamagotchi was like an old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That one, though.
So the Digimon, yeah, and this is the exact one I had.
I feel like I got
I
that.
had the little like connector because that's where you would like.
Wait,
feel like
$20 Prime?
Dude, we should
Yeah.
get them
We should get it. Fuck with it.
and raise them and then fight them.
What the?
Because I remember,
That's
so like
weird. It's only
you would
$20.
raise them and like feed them and exercise them.
Yeah.
And I remember I had one that I just fucking ignored, and it was like a teddy bear.
Uh-huh.
It was like literally like a teddy bear monster, which was supposed to be supposedly rare.
Yeah.
And then I fought Dan Campbell, his Digimon. I fucking killed his Digimon. And he was so fucking pissed. He started crying and freaking out. Especially because he's like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck did you even
You don't think he'd been taken care of and you
Yeah,
killed it?
yeah. 'Cause
And
we
then what,
fought.
you have to start over with a
Yeah,
new
then
one?
you had to start over. Yeah. Yeah. It was brutal if you fought. Yeah. It was,
Oh, my God.
We should fucking get those.
I know.
That'd be
It's
fun to do
$20.
at work. Just take care of this.
I
Tom,
can't
what
believe
are
you can buy a new one.
Get you doing? Get
I
off
feel like
your
it was
phone.
$20
I'm not
back
on my
then.
fucking
That's so
phone.
weird. It's
Yeah.
like more back then.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's only $20 brand new. Prime.
Maybe it's still
weird.
popular in Japan.
I mean, Digimon is still popular.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because then it turned into like a show, like cards, like you said, like it got
Beyblade was the
huge.
weirdest.
Yeah, I didn't remember.
Because it was a show.
I think that was right when we were like getting too old.
It was like a Beyblade was a show, and it was like a weird, like the toy was halfway cool.
Oh, jeez.
Like, oh, cool! You pull that little ripcord, and that thing goes flying,
Yeah.
and you can get that cool dome arena where they spin around in it.
Never saw it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I never saw it in person.
But the show,
I
don't
Dude,
understand.
who the fuck knows?
Oh, this looks like it came back. So, like, the description of
How
it,
about
too,
BattleBots?
it says, like, gray based on the original Digivice that started it all.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
the-
it's a re-release.
It's a
Okay,
re-release,
okay.
yeah.
Hey, whatever, man. New plastic, same software. Right?
Yeah, right?
Am I right?
Right?
I'm sure there's a couple updates.
Digimon comes to you to be hatched, raised, and trained for the ultimate monster match.
I would love to get one, but I couldn't just get one. There's no point in just having one.
Yeah, no.
You have to
have
have
to
someone
have
else that has
friends.
one that you can fucking.
Well, Tom, you might want to start like at the base.
Oh,
level
shit.
of
This is like
making
just.
friends.
The release date of this was this past
Nah,
August.
Never mind.
Really?
Yeah, August 1st, 2019 was the release date of this.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Bringing it
Maybe
back,
we'll-
baby.
It's coming back.
Bringing it back. All right, this is the new 1990s toys podcast.
Yeah.
We
Tune in
talk
next
about
week.
trends and
We
toys.
probably
from-
get viewers.
from
If we were
90s
into
and early
toys and we actually had
2000s.
like episodes where we talked about like certain toys.
Yeah.
Probably get viewers.
Yeah,
Well, maybe we'll do a toy podcast.
we do a nostalgia show
No,
where we
I-
talk
I
about.
feel like we're just not too knowledgeable.
We're just not good at it.
It's all right. What if we just watch Pawn Stars and we'll just do episode podcast?
I'd rather watch
about
an Antique Roadshow.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Antique
actual
Roadshow is
fucking.
Great, yeah.
Nah, you gotta have substance to be able to talk about stuff.
You'd think.
Yeah.
But then we come on here and we do this podcast.
Yeah, we had fun. Look how much time passed.
Shit.
An hour and 40 minutes have passed.
Has it?
This is the longest episode we've ever done as a podcast together.
And
Yeah.
80%
In
of it's
the
not even
new-
about the movie.
In the new
era.
one, yeah. The old one, we probably reached close
Oh.
to 3 at some time.
I mean, we did a commentary for fucking wrestling that one time.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That was.
I forgot all. Of,
I'm gonna break this.
I forgot.
That was
all
our
about
last
that.
episode.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure. Our last episode was the commentary of Royal
WrestleMania?
Rumble. It was Royal Rumble.
Well, I
When
forgot
was
all
forcing
about
you guys
that.
to get into wrestling.
I forgot all.
All
about
right.
that.
Well,
On 9 more seconds. Oh, let's get to an hour and 40. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, say goodbye, guys.
it was fun.
All right, bye-bye.
See you next week
That's all,
with
folks.
toys.